Welcome back, everyone. November 10th has come and gone, resulting in conversations about CMMC readiness, gaining government contractors' focus, but the numbers are telling a very different story. Mark's latest data puts the failure rate for level 2 certification at over 60%, and less than 0.4% of contractors have actually passed, and just 1% even feel ready today. What do you see happening, and what is the problem?
Yeah, I wish those numbers were a rounding error, but they're not. They represent a systemic problem. We've got roughly 118,000 defense contractors, small, medium, large, between the DIB and the NTIB, that should be planning for or expecting to be level 2. Fewer than 500 have made it through certification. That's not a compliance issue. That's a governance issue, Steve.
So governance, meaning leadership, decision-making, accountability, is the problem holding up companies from gaining certifications, not just IT compliance?
Exactly. Most organizations still treat readiness like an IT project. But what we're seeing, both in the DIB and across other regulated industries, is that compliance fails because the business decisions don't align with the risk they create. They have technical controls, but limited or no strategic controls. What I mean is policies exist on paper, but nobody owns them. That's why 62% of organizations pursuing a level 2 or being told by their prime as a subcontractor to meet level 2 lack the governance structure CyberAB and the DoD says they need to have to succeed.
If I understand you correctly, the issue is companies aren't failing because they can't demonstrate IT compliant. They're failing because companies do not have a leader who can make decisions that create the risk.
Exactly. The poor governance doesn't just add risk. Kiteworks found it makes you 30 times more likely to fail requirements. If you don't know who makes the call on things like data handling or vendor management, you're not ready for any framework that's attestable. CMMC, FedRAMP, HIPAA, right? You can add ISO, you can add others, FAR-CUI, final rule, you name it, you need to have that.
Mark, that's really a sobering stat. And it indicates the problem isn't unique to CMC at all. It's a bigger operational discipline.
Right. CMMC just happens to be where it's getting measured publicly. We're seeing it's there in everybody's face. We see the same pattern across financial services, energy, healthcare, the other regulated industries. The frameworks differ, but the failures look identical.
So the majority of government contractors aren't ready, and governance is the weak link. It makes sense why companies are grabbing the first easy button they see, the registered practitioner programs that promise them a shortcut.
Yeah, and that's unfortunately where the story really gets interesting.